Our distributor might not.
Go to hardafseltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. More just opened up. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Fake News, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. It's another one of those weeks where all of this seems fake. Every single story we're going to do, D'Anthony, seems absolutely fake here. And it's crazy. We got a flight out tonight. We're heading down to the Daytona 500. We'll do some house cleaning at the top. First of all, congratulations to Travis Pastrana from Black Rifle Coffee. Made the Daytona 500.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I am, dude. Do you know how fucking hard that is?
Yeah, but I've met him.
So, same here.
He just does hard shit like it's nothing.
But it's nuts. Two guys qualified last night. It was Jimmy Johnson, who's won every race there is, multiple. How many championships has he won? 7
In a row.
God damn, one of the best of all time. And Travis. Travis was the other guy to qualify last night, and I think it's spectacular. I was worried that we were going to get there and then have to watch, one of the other races to qualify and kind of tell everybody to fuck off. But we don't have to do that now. He's already in, which is great. Couldn't believe it. Jared hit us up last night, so congrats to Travis Pastrana. Looking forward to seeing that in person this weekend. Also, our good friend Charles Zeller just got Hard AF Seltzers into the Universal Aventura Hotel over at Old Universal, dude. So you can go and you can get singles there and just get rocked at the bar. How great is that?
This is the resort we stayed at before.
Yeah, dude.
It's not a bad place.
Fuck yeah.
They got a pretty dope bar area in the
I know.
back too.
So you can get rocked right at the hotel bar, which is great. And then Smoky Mountain Axe House, our buddy Tim Fry and those guys up there doing lovely. They're doing God's work up there at the axe throwing house, Smoky Mountain Axe House. And you can have a bunch of hard AFs, and then you can throw axes at people, which I think pretty much go hand in hand.
I don't know that you can throw them at people.
I think you're allowed if you pay them enough money. Is that not a thing? Am I speaking out of school here, and I don't really know?
I don't know. I have to ask Tim about that.
All right.
He's the expert on that. But I think, if you put an axe blade between somebody's eyes, that's going to be a problem.
You think so?
Probably, yeah.
Let me ask you, Bob. At that old place down there in Smoky Mountain, pop it up on screen. Let's see it. I want to see this thing. I want to evolve. I want to get past UFC. I want to get past all this shit, and I want to start throwing axes at people. If that involves skill.
This is just most dangerous game.
What's the most dangerous game?
That you don't remember that movie? Mm-mm. It's about hunting human beings.
The short story.
Oh, the short story. That was the one with Ice-T, right?
Yeah.
So I remember I read the short story on it, but I didn't see the movie with Ice-T.
Yeah. So I think it would be better than The Ultimate Fighter, Tough, or whatever they're calling it now.
Uh-huh.
I think isn't Conor McGregor is going to be one of the coaches now?
Yes.
And then somebody else. Who's the other one? Is it?
Is it Chandler?
It's Michael Chandler.
Is it Michael
Yeah,
Chandler?
it's Chandler, yeah.
Yeah, I think better than that would be a couple of fucking operators teaching 2 different people how to operate in austere environments, and then you just let them loose in the jungle and see who survives.
It'd be great.
Or
I'm all in for that.
Like 8 on 8, maybe.
Yeah.
There's no weight classes in war. You just get shot in the face. So.
Right. With an axe, though, we're kind of combining like all the shit that like Andy Stumpf and those guys like to do, but just on another level.
Well, you could do it like Naked and Afraid, where they don't get any guns or anything. They got to make their own weapons.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're talking about medieval times, basically.
Yeah, which is awesome.
No,
Yes,
people don't get murdered at medieval times. It's
They
two
should?
fucking dum-dums in big metal suits
they
that hit each
should.
other with
Let's get murdered,
The
dude.
most underwhelming thing I've ever been to in my life.
Like I
Medieval
can't,
times?
I can't have somebody call Diet Coke grog to me over and over again without them being assaulted, and that's how I know that I'm never allowed back.
Those guys fuck at medieval times.
Okay, Ren Fair. We'll take it up.
Yeah, we'll
I'd
go. I'll
rather go
go
to a Ren Fair
All right.
than a medieval time.
I'm in for both.
Yeah, because a Ren Fair has a bunch of fucking sluts walking around with their fucking titties popping out.
Yeah.
That's
wenches.
That's
called.
way better.
They're called
than-
wenches, Dan.
Well, whatever they're called, their titties are out.
Yeah. And
You're not going to see
love
that
titties.
at medieval times.
Love titties. Let's see. Is that the inside of Smoky Mountain Axe House?
This is
Let's see this
Smoky
thing.
Mountain. One of them. There's a couple locations, I guess.
Oh shit. Is Tim rich?
But it's a good time, you know?
Look at that, dude.
Look at this. Channel the flannel.
I like it.
They got axe coaches.
Yeah. Damn right they do. I've been once, and I'm pretty decent at it. Surprisingly, I was surprised how good I was at axe throwing.
Is that little ginger kid on the team?
I hope
Because
so.
they have like a professional axe
Yes.
throwing team.
This
Yeah.
kid is clearly in the league.
Yeah. I think Tim's in the league, right?
Yeah, he's 2 places right of that kid.
Yeah, he's right there. Either way, they're carrying hard AF seltzer there. So if you want to go get fucked up at Smoky Mountain Axe House and throw some axes at either the board or humans,
It's
we're
fun.
not going to judge you. It is fun.
Do you go
It's
one?
A lot of fun.
What are you better at, one-handed or two-handed with the bigger axe?
So I'm better at one hand. I took my son and we did it, and I'm better at one hand. But they have different range.
They're different ranges and different sizes.
of sizes of the axes,
two-hander
correct,
is
yeah.
the. I like going with the battle axe over the head.
Battle axe is fine. I like the little ones because it's a little more of a challenge. I feel
You're going more.
a little more of a challenge.
I'm trying to think of the name. Mel Gibson in The Patriot.
Correct,
right?
and that's what I felt
Yeah.
like. I was like, oh shit, I feel very Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
in
but
The
it's
Patriot.
not like the size, shape, weight, and everything of the axe is not really that important. I mean, it just tells you where to release and where on the handle to hold it, right? So if it's a longer handle, you're gonna hold it differently, and you're gonna look for different. Like you want one clean rotation, preferably.
Well, the weirdest thing is for me personally, because we did it for about an hour straight on that. I felt like I could potentially use that skill out in the world and kill a human if it was sharp enough, if the axe was sharp enough.
If they weren't moving or looking at you, I guess.
Right, let's say
In
we're
an ambush, maybe.
Exactly. Like let's say I was on horseback, right? And that's kind of what happens. Because we're out by the Conch over here in Texas. Let's say Dan's dream came true. The apocalypse happened, and I had to grab a horse because I can ride a horse and I can throw a fucking axe, dude, real goddamn good. But I fear that on a horse, trying to shoot somebody as you're moving like that, it's probably outside my skill set.
Shoot or throw.
Throw I can do. Shoot on a horse would be hard.
Why?
I don't know about the accuracy of it, just because I've never done it before. Have you ever shot off of a horse?
Rifles, yeah, not a
No
handgun.
shit. How were you pretty good at it?
I mean, yeah, it's not easy, but you have to. It's the same kind of tips and tricks you learn when you're firing from a moving position, right?
Okay.
Like it's a lot of people just kind of wing it, rely on Kentucky windage, but you need a strong core. You need to fucking center your weapon. You need to shoot when the animal's legs are up in the air or when it's still. Things like that.
Yeah, I felt more confident with an axe in my hand, Bob, and maybe that's me. You know,
fair.
maybe I'm the dummy. You know.
We have some slight breaking news.
What do we got, Bob?
Just R.I.P. Tim McCarver.
Really?
Yeah.
Dion finally got him.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh boy, that's a fucking deep cut right there. If you get that joke, you will understand the Braves in the '90s. Tim McCarver, how old was he?
77.
81.
Oh damn.
He was good. He was a good announcer. He was a good baseball player, obviously. But
I grew up with him and Joe Buck.
Yeah, Joe Buck naked, dude. But Tim McCarver was a decent announcer. The Deion Sanders shit pissed me off, though, to be honest with you, because I was a Deion fan as a kid.
Because Deion was new and sexy and cool,
Man, he
and
was
Tim
good.
McCarver was old, stuffy white guy.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Deion was so fucking cool, especially in Atlanta.
Especially
Deion was God.
Didn't Deion hit like 600 in that World Series?
Yeah, smashed him
Or something
but
like that.
we lost.
Yeah, we lost.
the
but
World
he-
Series,
he-
but
that
he
was-
hit Fuck, dude. He was on a tear that World Series. It was fun to see. Only player to score a touchdown and hit a home run in the same week. So good for Dion, dude. But sad for Tim McCarver. And it's weird that you said that because now that's all I think about when I hear Tim McCarver was that Dion thing.
Yeah, same.
It is what it is. Right now, when you hear the word Ohio, all you're thinking about is the explosion that is poisoning the rivers down there. First story this week is Pete Buttigieg, the most incompetent transportation secretary ever. Well, I'd say yes, just based on that. Voicing their concerns at a town hall on Wednesday night, Ohio residents impacted by this month's toxic train derailment asked where Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg was. I haven't seen him either. President's been gone. I haven't heard anything from the fucking... A lot of people are asking, where's Biden at? Where's Pete Buttigieg? Where's he at? Was what the mayor, Trent Conaway, said. I said, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. In a Wednesday letter to Mr. Buttigieg, Republican Marco Rubio and J.D. Vance from Ohio wrote to request information from his department regarding oversight of the freight train system and other concerns. The senators gave the secretary 30 days to respond. Buttigieg tweeted on Tuesday that the department was constrained by law on some areas of rail regulation, like the braking rule, withdrawn by the Trump administration in 2018 because of the law passed in Congress in 2015. But we're using the powers we do have to keep people safe. What does he mean by that with the Trump administration thing?
There were some regulatory things were done away with during the Trump administration.
Okay.
So I don't know anything about this specific one, but this is like he didn't even show up.
No, he hasn't been in Ohio at all.
It's like Kamala Harris in the border.
She hasn't been there once.
You just kind of phone it in and be like, oh, it's Trump.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
But she didn't even go to the border. He didn't even go to Ohio usually for appearances and just optics. You show up and take a pic. With the people, you kind of shake some hands. You point. You do a lot of pointing to the sky and be like, "Oh yeah, I see that."
Roll your shirt sleeves up
to
show how you're working.
That's exactly it. Just kind of
because everybody knows he's driving those 9-inch nails down through the fucking those rail spikes through the railroad right now.
Him and Trent Reznor.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is. I wouldn't limit it to the worst transportation secretary ever because I don't know that you could even name another transportation secretary. I sure as shit couldn't.
John William Bussington from the 1930s.
If you're good at this job, nobody knows your name.
It's true. It's actually very true.
And we don't know anybody's name before him, so I'm starting to think maybe. But I don't think it's limited just to transportation secretaries. I think this might be the worst cabinet official we've ever, like most incompetent and inexperienced. He was the mayor of some bullshit town in fucking Indiana.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's the secretary of fucking transportation.
He was a Parks and Rec character.
Yeah.
That's now is the secretary of transportation. With that, I think the word secretary fits for him, but that's about it. Did he take 4 months off?
We do know one former one.
Who do we got?
I believe, let me just double check this, but I believe that McConnell's wife.
I don't know who the fuck she is.
I don't know who that is.
Elaine Chao.
I assume she does cocaine, but aside from that, I don't know anything about that one.
I don't know her name or what's her name?
Her last name's Chow.
Mitch McConnell.
He's married to an Asian?
Or Elaine Chao, yeah.
Married to a China.
I forgot that she got appointed. I'm just looking at Wikipedia's list. Yeah, you don't know any of these fucking
Yeah, of
people.
course
No, dude, I don't know any of these people.
But
Pete
I can't.
Buttigieg, I know.
Like we've had dummy secretaries of a lot of things. Usually the Secretary of Energy is pretty good because it's somebody who's like a nuclear physicist or something like that. Somebody that actually understands energy. Like I don't remember that last Muppet's name with the long hair. He was a turd, but smart guy, right?
Yeah.
Not incompetent by any stretch of the imagination. And you don't see, I guess our current SecDef is pretty incompetent.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
it's less just general incompetence than it is just woke bullshit permeating through the Biden administration. But this is pretty bad.
I do actually have one transportation secretary that you have heard of, but not because she was transportation secretary.
Okay.
Elizabeth Dole.
Oh, Bob Dole's wife?
Yeah.
She's got to be dead, right?
Under Reagan.
When?
Yeah. Reagan?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Reagan, okay.
Because she toyed with the idea of running for office after
She
Bob.
did, yeah.
She was a senator.
Oh, yeah.
In North Carolina.
Yeah.
For like what, one term? Right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, one termer. Well, she was, what, 900 years old? Or
Yeah,
800?
she's still alive.
Shut up. Is she 100?
She is 90. I don't even know. She was born in 1936. I can't do math, man.
36, so that's 64 plus quick 23 there, Bob. She's 87.
Perf.
She's 87 years old. Beautiful little lady,
Here's
though.
what
Real fun time gal.
here's what Peter had to say.
Are you going by his surname?
Well, Peter sounds gayer. So, in the wake of the East Palestine derailment and its impact on hundreds of residents, we're seeing lots of newfound and renewed and welcome interest in our work on rail safety. So I wanted to share more about what we've been doing in this area. This is a tweet. We're constrained by law in some areas of rail regulation, like the braking rule. Like, this is a very obscure rule that hasn't been linked to any particular accident.
No.
They just like saw that trains were crashing, didn't bother to make the point that this happens all the time, or even show up to the goddamn event. Instead, they had their research team, their little fucking dumb political wannabes in Washington, like, hey, look through the news clippings and see if Trump ever did anything with railways. And no matter what it is, we'll just blame this on him.
Yes,
Even
yeah.
if it's a completely unrelated fucking deregulation.
Yeah.
And that's what happened here. I mean, the Biden administration controlled both houses of Congress and the White House for the last 2 years until January of this year. Mm-hmm. So how much more time can you spend blaming your predecessor after
I don't
that?
really know.
This is like in 2013 when people were still blaming Republicans for shit. It's like, you guys had a supermajority.
Yeah, and one of the things that Biden ran on was the additional funding for the railway system and everything else, Amtrak and all that other shit. And then when shit actually goes bad with one of these goddamn things, they're nowhere to be found. Now with Peter, which I like, by the way, I'm going to start calling him Peter Buttigieg. With Peter in particular, this is the second big thing that he's just kind of took a hard pass on. The first one was he was on paternity leave for, 4 months?
I don't remember how long it is, Bob. You want to look that up?
It was
at least 2 months.
a long time that he was on paternity leave, and we were in the middle of that supply chain crisis, remember, where they couldn't get the boats in and out or unload the fucking boats out of the docks. I know Tommy was working down on the docks, and the union had been on strike, and he was down on his luck, but it's tough. But he didn't show up for that. Didn't really have much to say about it. Didn't really fucking care. And then this thing has been awful. I mean, everybody's talking about it except for the media and the White House. And he didn't even bother to show up. Now, Ohio's pretty goddamn close to Washington,
the media
D.C.
is talking about this a lot. They're just not. They're talking about it in a way that this is a natural disaster that happened and not government incompetence. Like, it's all over CNN.
But,
And it's all over Drudge, but the reports are, well, Drudge has some articles linking to the, what do you call it? The town hall that happened that people were pissed off about. So the railway was supposed to show up to a town hall in East Palestine.
Okay.
But they decided not to for safety issues.
what were the safety issues? I'm sorry, because they just let all the families go back to live in their houses. What were the safety issues?
Getting beaten to death by people you just poisoned, maybe?
That's it. And that's going to happen.
I kind of feel like,
gonna happen.
We should bring that back. If you're a company or government employees and you fuck something, if you put people's lives at risk unnecessarily like this, then, you just get beaten to death.
Yeah.
Just let the mob do what the mob does. It's not that big a deal.
I don't think it is. Again, we're starting to go back to, medieval times shit, which I kind of love. I would love to axe somebody, I think that'd be fun. I'll go out to the Times Square and do it.
Or a trident like...
in Anchorman. Yeah,
yeah.
why not? Let's fucking do it. But as far as all this is concerned, do we even know that it's safe to go back to houses?
Well, who's going to determine that? Is it going to be the government that told people in Flint that it was safe, or the government that literally told people to eat bread?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not eat fatty foods, which is fucking stupid. It's the same government that allowed doctors to agree on which cigarette was healthiest. Mm-hmm. So, who knows? I don't fucking know.
I don't either.
But I wouldn't go back.
Brick killed a guy. Somebody just said in the chat, and I like that, Sarah. You're getting a shout out for that today. But yeah, as far as going back to that town, living there, trying to go back to a normal life after this, no. It's a hard no. And why these people won't show up to even meet the people from the town or discuss what happened, because that's the other thing that I haven't read about is how this actually happened and what the after effects could possibly be.
I mean, the reality is, as I said the other day, this shit happens all the time, just not with hazmat stuff.
Right.
It's only like, I think 4 or 5 times a year it happens with hazmat material, which is still too much, but it's not like 1,700 times a year like the conventional rail stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's maybe this is just safetyism run amok. People don't want to fucking take any responsibility. Like if Peter shows up, then he's the face of the problem. Mm-hmm. So they think they can just hide. And look, they're successful. That's how fucking stupid people are.
Yes.
That's how stupid people are who are Democrats, and that's how stupid people are who are Republicans. So a member of your party can completely fuck up something badly and put people at risk. And if they distance themselves from it a little bit, just because you're so partisan, you'll go find a reason to blame the other side for it. Mm-hmm. And that's why we are where we are today.
Yeah, and I don't think Peter's going to show up anytime soon there at Ohio. Although it is right next to Indiana, he should know the landscape pretty well.
I think he lives in D.C. now with his husband.
That's right.
And their fake baby.
But he can hike on up there. So I looked at the map of where this was last night. It's literally right on the border of Pennsylvania. As if Pennsylvanians weren't going through enough this year. My God, man. Now you got this on top of it. As I saw the pictures, you see the dead fish, Bob?
No.
From the river? Pop that up. I saw it on Twitter. No, but there was like hundreds just laying on the shore. And I was like, Jesus Christ, man. I don't know what it is. We're not going to get any real answers, so you can just kind of make up whatever you want, and that'll be a fun little thing for everybody at home. But sure, why not? You know, just kill all the fish and the animals and everything else, and then you go back and live in your house. Cancel your Brita or your Cullen, whatever it is, and or your Culligan, and just go ahead and drink right out of the tap. I think you're fine.
Yeah, why not? I mean, look, if the here you can just buy some charcoal and filter your own water moving forward.
What did you have there? What was that video, Bob, with all the people, those animals going bug fuck? What is that? Bob, what was that thing?
I've got fish here.
Oh yeah, pop it up. Yeah, let's see it.
They're not very big fish, but yeah, it's like right near the derailment.
Great. Nothing. I'm sure that'll smell delightful.
So this is really fucking random, but there's a Instagram account I've followed for a while called like Juniper Fox. It's just some lady with a pet fox, right? And she's like, "This is my day. You know, I have a pet fox.
Why do you follow her, Bob?
Because I have looked into getting a pet fox.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Oh yeah, they're good animals. It's like a dog.
But is it because your last name is Fox?
Naturally, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
They smell like shit though, which is problematic.
Yeah, they stink.
But anyway,
well, it depends. If you get them multi-generational house broken, then they're fine. But they piss on their legs the same way deer do. Mm. They don't pee correctly.
Yeah, you got to wash your fox.
You got to teach them.
You gonna wash your fox?
Well, yeah, of course I'll wash my fox. I got to wait till the kids are older though. You know, you can't have it around a baby. But anyway, she lives right near this.
Okay.
This woman with the fox. And she keeps posting about how like people's pets in their backyards are just like dropping dead and shit.
Really?
Getting really fucking sick. Like
maybe they're suicidal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just from living in Ohio in the first place.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Well, it's on the border of Ohio and Pennsylvania, and I know that area. I've driven through it many times. It does kind of make you want to kill yourself.
It's bleak. Yeah. It's bleak. Yeah. And all of Pennsylvania is bleak, if I'm being honest.
Wow.
And that's why John Fetterman today has checked himself into Walter Reed for clinical depression.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is that
Bob, you gonna pull that up?
Is that a new story? I didn't read that.
Yeah, it's this is breaking right now, actually.
Holy fuck! I read that he went to the hospital, and they thought he had another stroke.
For a while.
Yes, they thought he had another stroke.
No, this is he got out and now he's back in. So it says Justin, chief of staff to John Fetterman, says the senator, quote, checked himself into Walter Reed National Military Medical Center to receive treatment for clinical depression. While John has experienced depression off and on throughout his life, it only became severe in recent weeks. Goes on to say, on Monday, John was evaluated by Dr. Brian P. Monahan, the attending physician of the United States Congress. Yesterday, Dr. Monahan recommended inpatient care at Walter Reed. John agreed, and he is receiving treatment on a voluntary basis. After examining John, the doctors at Walter Reed told us that John is getting the care he needs, and he will soon be back to himself. So,
I'm sure he'll be fine. No need to worry whatsoever. Or this is exactly what we told you, I don't know, 4 months before this election started, that you couldn't elect this guy because he was going to fucking die.
No, his brain's fucked up.
Oh, boy. That's Pennsylvania for you, though. Yeah. That's Pennsylvania for you. As far as this is concerned, I wanted to ask you about this because I read the story 3 days ago about him checking in for a possible stroke, which seemed to have been hidden for a while. I think with this, because I'm reading this breaking story that just came through that you just read here, and I think with this, you're now getting to a point where you can't hide this shit anymore, and like this is going to get out. You want to Walter Reed?
This is how they're hiding it.
Yeah,
they're hiding it behind some kind of mental health episode,
clinical depression.
Because
like
you're not allowed.
What is he depressed over?
You can't ask about that. Like that, it's they're trying to find something that is untouchable, right? Mm-hmm. It's like the same reason people use the veteran card or do stuff like charities with kids to keep people from bitching about it.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to bitch about helping vets or kids, right?
Right.
That's what this is. This is all a smoke screen because this dude's brain's fucking jello.
Yeah. What do you think? If they just put him in a wheelchair with a rubber helmet on, people would flip out? So they're just hiding it. Clinical depression is what they're calling it.
I mean, so people would start asking questions, the same questions they've been asking Joe Biden. Like, how could you let your fucking spouse do this? Mm-hmm. You knew what kind of mental shape he was in.
Right. Let's go there today. You want to go there today?
About old people? Yeah.
Well, hang on. About Fetterman in particular. This is a wild one that I read 2 nights ago. There's a fucking weird rumor going around, and I don't know if this is true. It'll ask you about it. That's apparently in Pennsylvania, if you get elected and die or mentally incapacitated, that you can't finish a term, that your wife or husband gets to finish it out for you, and that the real play for this was that the wife actually wanted to be senator.
Maybe. I don't know about any of that. I don't know if that's true about Pennsylvanian politics either, but I have heard of something like that before. So, I mean,
do some research at home and then hit us up. But I read this story and I look. Who fucking knows where these articles are coming from these days? I don't even trust the shit we read, let alone whatever source you're sent. But it's entertaining, and I look at it as entertainment, and I view all this shit, including the news, as entertainment at this point, with little morsels of truth buried deep down into a hole that only Rob's Fox could get to. And with this one, that would be crazy, dude. What if Homegirl just shows up and she's like, hello,
yeah,
I'm your new senator of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, maybe he's depressed because of the reputation he's got from being chased through the city by the townspeople,
Yeah.
with torches and pitchforks. I'm sure that could weigh heavy on a man's soul.
Is that another L for Pennsylvania, though? If you, you know what I'm saying? Because you're the Eagles, you're the Phillies, you're the MLS team, and now you're Fetterman.
Was it Pennsylvania that also elected the dead guy? Or
yes.
Was that Jersey?
Yeah, they elected a dead guy, yeah.
Yeah, so as I said, the dumbest state in the entire country.
Fetterman, dude, R.I.P.
Oz is a fucking socially liberal, fucking fiscally conservative guy, which is kind of what you need in office right now.
He's pretty much down the middle, that guy.
Yeah, and I mean, he's a shill piece of shit like every other politician, but cognitively aware.
He's alive.
It's very, very bizarre.
I think he might die. I think Fetterman might die in office. Is that weird? How old is he? Is he old enough?
It's a 6-year term, and he's like 3 months into it.
Oh, fuck.
Well, wait.
Is it really?
3 months? 2 months.
2 months, yeah. Yeah, you just got it in January.
More like a month and a half.
Yeah, a month and a half.
Not even shit. And it's a 6-year term? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's going to fucking die
There's
in there.
Not one prayer he makes it through this whole thing. They'll have him fucking skateboarding around on a fucking gurney at some point.
That'd be sweet.
Just with his eyes are closed and they paint eyeballs onto his eyelids right here. Or they get those glasses with big googly eyes or something.
Yeah, like he's just dead. It's like the bad guy in the first Men in Black. He's just like decomposing as the film goes on.
Boy, dude. This is one of those things like we talked about. We even showed the interview. Remember when he did the interview where he had to talk through the fucking computer?
Yeah.
And it was like, this was pre-election. And everybody was like, no, that's the guy. We want him in there.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be more like the voice from War Games. Remember that movie?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. I remember the rest of this story. So
you want to play global thermonuclear war?
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
Bro.
I remember the rest of this story. So, allegedly, and again, I'm going to say allegedly here because I don't know. I just read this story. The wife was also an illegal immigrant, and you also can't be in Senate as an illegal immigrant.
Which is racist.
Right. Obviously, Bob, we know. But you could be, and that's the only way that you could get an illegal immigrant to be a senator is if this happened. That was also part of this conspiracy theory. And so for the Democrats, that's what they wanted, according to this article that I read.
Well, she was definitely born in Brazil.
She was. Okay, so that's a check. It's a check there.
She's 13 years younger than him.
Yeah,
That's cool. This all sounds baller for him so far.
Well,
a Brazilian born a decade younger than him.
That's the only thing that I was amped for him for. Where I was like, if you look like him, you're lucky to marry anyone remotely attractive, and she's remotely attractive. So look, yes, your Fetterman at that point was doing well, but now, all right, born in Brazil. 13 years younger than him. What is he probably? It is a hard one to tell. When you're 7'8", I can't really pick an age on people.
He's 53.
Okay, so she's 40. She's turned 40 then.
Yep.
All right. Illegal immigrant and then she would be the person. Also, you would get the sympathy too, right? Because your husband's, stuck in a wheelchair, eating out of a tube, and then you get to become the face of Congress with, oh my God, you were the one that was married to Fetterman. It's such a shame what happened to him.
I mean, if this wasn't a senator and I just saw this in my Facebook feed, I could tell you what I would be thinking.
Wow.
There's no way this happened organically.
Right.
This is like
boy.
the fucking KGB put these two together.
Is that his wife? Pop her up one more time. That's his wife, huh? Holy
She's pretty good
shit.
looking. And
Yeah.
there's just no
And
way.
he's not.
I mean, this is...
He's
look,
not.
At minimum, my first thought if this popped up in my Facebook feed would be like, this is a transaction.
Oh, that's funny.
Or a transsexual.
Or had a lot of money. Is Jessie here? Or did she leave?
I think she left. Oh, no, she's right there. Yeah.
How much money does John Fetterman have to have for you to fucking put up with his shit and marry somebody like that? What's the dollar amount attached to that?
A year?
Yeah. Or just fucking bulk. Like what's the net
Total
worth?
earnings, yeah.
Yeah, let's go net worth on Fetterman. That you would be able to put up with that shit a year.
120 a year?
120 million a year.
She said 120 million a year.
120 million thou.
Oof.
Oh, 120,000, 120K.
No, the job is paying. That job's paying you
That's his salary,
$275.
yeah.
Yeah. You're fine. Now she's going to be making the salary now. She's bringing home the bacon.
She's a naturalized citizen, by the way. So,
What does that mean exactly?
I mean, she got a green card as a permanent resident, and then 5 years later, she applied for naturalization and became an American citizen. So
What year?
2009.
Okay.
The only thing she can't do is run for president. She could run for Senate or Congress.
Gotcha.
I don't think that should be allowed either, though.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, you get one generation to establish yourself in the country, and then your kids can fucking run for office, but not you.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, but she's going to be your new senator there in Pennsylvania, so enjoy it. That's a fun one. Good for you.
And notice
good for
how
those
it's
guys.
always fucking leftist retards who are elite or who are immigrants that run for office. Like, what fucking conservative immigrants run for office other than Ted Cruz?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah.
Homeboy from New York, right?
George Santos?
Yeah.
No, he's American.
He's an American.
No, he's not.
I think he is an American, but I think he was born in Brazil. He might have been a dual citizenship dude.
I think he was doing all the trans stuff down there. He was doing all the drag queen shows in Brazil.
Well, that's where you go to do it. It's Brazil or Thailand.
Is it really?
Grow the best.
Man, Giorgio, you've been. It sounds like a man who's been.
Just a man in the know.
I mean, he's got dual citizenship, but I don't think he was born in Brazil.
I think you're right. I think he was born in the United States. His parents were not American, though. Like, I don't think they were American citizens when he was born in the U.S.
The beauty of this is, by the way, 2 days ago, just 2 days ago on MSNBC, there's an article that says how we got it all wrong about John Fetterman, and we're all the right is unbelievably cynical. Turns out, no, we weren't. We were exactly right on this one. Fucking A, dude. Homeboy's just gonna be vegged out, and that's it. Shit. What a weird story.
I'm gonna cuck him.
Are you?
Yeah, if I can get up there.
I think you can make it up there. Cuck his wife?
Yeah,
When he's in a chair?
I'll make him watch. Yeah.
Do you give him a keyboard?
No.
So
flashcards.
he can type in.
I'll give him one of those little fucking whiteboards he can wear around his neck.
Oh, and let him a chalkboard, kind of like Anthony
write.
Hopkins in Legends of the Fall. I like that. Yeah, screw him. But could you still maintain and keep an erection with him typing in voice commands too?
Oh yeah. That wouldn't affect me at all.
Please stop coming on her face. Please.
No, I'll probably DP her, to be honest.
With who?
Whom? But
Sure.
either one of those like half torso rubber things with a dick on it, or just a butt. Whoever's around.
Just a buddy?
Yeah, whoever's around.
All right.
But not Fetterman?
No.
That guy hasn't had it.
You're not going to get him out of the chair, dude.
Time.
You're not going to get him out of the chair. What about Joel? Would you get Joel in the mix there?
No, somebody that looks like they shower regularly. Probably.
Okay. Joel looks clean. Surprisingly clean. Yeah. I trust you, Joel.
I don't trust him.
I do. He's staying at your house this weekend. You better trust him.
Look, I'll just burn that place down.
After he leaves.
I'm about ready to do that anyways.
Just torch it.
Mm-hmm.
If you do, make sure you remove your ghost bed from the household. From ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Take all the mattresses out. You're not burning those to the ground. They're too nice. Damn it. And right now you can get 30% off a ghost bed mattress and 2 free luxury pillows. Look at that. Fetterman's going to need those to get all propped up, all 8 feet 9 of them into one of those goddamn things. I don't know if he can fit in that bed. So if you're out there and you're a Fetterman size, like a height size, and weight, you're going to have to call customer service at Ghost Bed to see if you're going to fit in one of these fucking things. Because I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a human that big, and I don't know where they sleep, except inside of a tree knot in a forest. You know?
He sleeps on hay.
Out in the barn.
I wouldn't let him sleep inside of my house.
No, I'd let him sleep inside of me. Ghostbed.com is giving you the best deal. So if your lover is sleeping inside of you, get that cover for the bed. Protect the mattress. Keep it clean, all right? Keep it clean. That's all we ask. If you're going to stroke out during lovemaking, keep it clean. Keep a cover on that bed and get the sheets. The sheets are amazing. Everybody loves the weighted blanket. I don't have that. And the 3D Matrix mattress is amazing as well. That came out about 6 months after I ordered all the shit from my house, so I missed that too. But everybody loves those things as well. Now, if you want 40% off, get the bundle package. That's the adjustable base and the mattress combined together is one. And it's the greatest thing on the planet. I've had it for 3+ years. Comes with a remote, USB ports, flashlights. If you get up in the middle of the night and you got to piss. If you're drinking so many hard AF seltzers, you just got to piss in the middle of the night. Hit the flashlight button. You're good to go. Lights up the whole goddamn room. Lights it up like a Chinese balloon. Walk right to the bathroom and unleash your pee. Also, when you check out, you're going to see a 60-month pay-as-you-go program at the bottom of the page. Check that box. And all the deals that I mentioned are applicable with that. And you, my friends, can walk out of there with a brand new bedroom set for about $25 a month. Head on over to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, speaking of those balloons and shits, the White House on Tuesday said they don't have an indication that the 3 objects shot down by the U.S. military over the weekend were part of China's spy program, noting though the difficulties were from recovering the debris there. So that's how they had difficulties identifying them. So the quote was, while we can't definitively say, again, without analyzing the debris, what these objects were thus far, and I caveat, whenever somebody says caveat in there, I like it, that by saying thus far, we haven't seen any indication or anything that points specifically to the idea these three objects were part of China's spy balloon program, or that they were definitely involved in external intelligence collection efforts, said John Kirby, who's the national security spokesman. Officials have not been able to analyze the debris because getting access to them has been difficult considering the tough conditions where they landed when they were shot down. When asked if there was a possibility that the debris may never be recovered, Kirby went on to say, I think we're taking this day by day and doing the best we can to try to locate the debris and then develop a plan to recover it. What the fuck is that shit? You let it sail across the whole goddamn United States, the first one, right?
Yeah. And
then you clipped it, but you didn't explode it into the sky. So we saw where it landed. We were watching it on television, where the fucking thing landed. It was right outside Myrtle Beach. Now, if people got fucked up at Myrtle Beach and went out, swam out to the ocean and started tearing it apart, say that. Like, that's understandable. Or say that they took a Bud Heavy bottle, smashed it on the bar, and then just kind of chopped up the balloon just out of fun. I'll accept that. This answer I won't accept. You took all goddamn week to shoot the fucking thing down. You said you couldn't explode it over Montana because you were worried about people or houses or whatever, although Montana has a shit ton of open farm space that you could have nuked this thing out of the sky in. You let it go all the way down the coast and then out into the ocean, where we have huge military bases out there, especially out of Wilmington, Lejeune, and all those guys. What do you mean you couldn't recover it and figure what the fuck it was?
Yeah, it seems unlikely that that's the case. I mean, we know that they were oddly shaped. Some of them, one of them had American or English writing on it, right? It's kind of weird. So that's probably not Chinese.
English? Like our English?
Like the language we speak, yeah.
All right, not like British?
I don't know that you can do an accent in writing.
Yeah, you can write it on there.
You could write it in Cockney, I guess.
Yeah. You can call someone a bugger, like if it was on there, something like that.
The interesting,
a wanker?
I think the most interesting wrinkle here is that, according to CBS News, the United States intelligence services watched the original Chinese balloon take off from China and watched it for a full week before it entered U.S. airspace, the one that you're talking about that didn't get shot down until Myrtle Beach.
Who watched it?
The United States intelligence services, the government.
And they just let that shit go down?
They watched it for a week before it entered U.S. airspace. And then it entered U.S. airspace, and they let it go all the way across America, and then they shut it down.
Why? Why didn't they shoot it down before getting into the country?
I don't know.
Shoot in the Pacific.
I don't know. Now the focus of their investigation, according to CNN, is that it may not have been on purpose by China.
Oh, the wind just took it all the way across the world?
Yeah, sure, that'll happen.
Yeah.
For a 3 school bus size, I mean, what is that, like fucking 200-foot wide balloon, maybe?
Yeah, why not?
But I don't understand how they can not know more information about this thing when they watched it for 2 full weeks, 14 days, 7 days on its approach, and then starting when it made landfall in Alaska, I think.
That I didn't know. What I did hear, though, was they were possibly prepping a speech for Biden to talk to the nation about UFOs. Did you hear anything about that?
No, but all that UFO stuff is distraction.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay. And what do you think it is a distraction for exactly?
I don't know. I mean, the affidavit that that Cernovich guy and Dershowitz are involved in with trying to get the Epstein files popped up yesterday. So it's 2,400 pages, so I haven't had a chance to really look through it yet. But I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. The economy sucks. I mean, one of our other stories here is about how the Biden administration is just straight up lying about inflation.
Yeah, so I saw that. The numbers came out yesterday for that, and it went up another, 0.7%, which is a fun thing. Okay, so Biden actually, this is breaking news right here. Biden says the recently downed aerial objects were definitely not linked to a Chinese spy program. And he said that himself right now. So if you say you saw them or intelligence saw them from China flying over here.
No, just the first one.
Okay.
The other one's unclear about those. It could be that there's just a lot of balloons flying around all the time, and we didn't notice until we started paying attention.
Well, was there 3 balloons? Because according to the other shit that I read, some of the objects were oblong, and they didn't fit a balloon description.
Well, they do though, because they were floating without any noticeable propulsion system.
Okay.
So that makes people just assume they're balloons. Maybe it's something else. Who knows? It's not aliens though.
All right. The White House press secretary, Jean-Luc Picard, whatever her name is. I'll never pronounce it. I'll never get it right, so it doesn't really matter anyways. She's also the dumbest woman that was ever born in the history of the United States. And I feel very confident saying that.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if she's not from Pennsylvania.
Probably. She told reporters moments ago that China's decision to levy sanctions against U.S. defense contractors was deflecting and coming up with excuses and trying to spin the spy balloon incident. At the end of the day, their surveillance balloon was indeed in our airspace. All of the American people, the entire world, saw what China did, and it was irresponsible. Great. So if we are saying that, and it is irresponsible, and we saw what China did, why the fuck did we let it go across the entire goddamn country?
Yeah. Why did we watch it? Like if you tell me the reason it wasn't immediately shot down is because it would have endangered the civilian population, and then I find out that you were watching it for a full week before it was over land, now I know you're lying.
And to your confirmation here, and this is CNBC, who is now saying this. Sorry, this is all just coming in right now. It says the massive Chinese surveillance balloon was first detected in American airspace off of Alaska on January 28th. So you had plenty of time to shoot that fucking thing down way, 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 way the fuck off the coast if you wanted to. Why let it go in through Alaska on the 28th? So it says it was shot down on February 4th off of Myrtle, off the coast of Myrtle down there. You're looking at a full 7 fucking days, this thing. And they were like, nah, just let it go. I think we're fine.
That's after watching it cross the Pacific.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, there's no reason to ever believe the government about anything, but certainly they're lying about this.
So to clarify this, the other 3 objects are separate from this spy balloon.
Yes.
So what they're saying
Or at
is,
least that's what they're telling us.
Right. So what they're saying is, all right, the balloon, the first one we all saw go across the country, was definitely a Chinese spy balloon. But the other 3 objects that were shot down were of a smaller size, the size of a small car, it says. And they were floating at about 40,000 feet. And the objects were much smaller than the Chinese spy balloon. I like how we're all just fine by saying Chinese spy balloon all week. And
It's a meme now.
yeah.
It's nothing in life is real anymore.
We're in a sim world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit.
Maybe Travis does win the Daytona 500, and we just complete the sim. Like, that would be fucking rad.
Yeah, if the game ended right there, that'd be dope.
He wins, and it's just like,
The princess comes out of the castle, and we're all fucking done. With
We're
this stupid, pointless
all
bullshit.
done. Wow, dude. So, what do we do or say about any of this shit? I mean, look, I'd obviously love to say what I know what Trump would do. He would have just sent like the weirdest missiles, nukes. He tried to blow up a hurricane. He said, "Oh, what if we just drop a fucking nuke in the middle of a hurricane?" Which I love that idea. The more shit we can just blow up, I just want to see that go down. I don't even really fucking care if it works. I just want to see it happen. With this, he would have sent in it would have been like Iron Eagle. He would have sent in Chappie Sinclair to bomb this fucking thing, probably right over Alaska, you know? Just so you had it, and then he would have brought out the basket or whatever underneath the balloon in the White House Here it is, and just laid it out for everybody. Let everybody take pictures.
I think we need to start doing triumphs again. Are you familiar with this custom in ancient Rome?
No.
So when a military leader would defeat another military leader that was a high-ranking official, so like the king of a country or the head of a tribe or something, they would kidnap the leader. They would keep him. They would spare all of his people and turn them into slaves, and then keep the leader in a jail cell until they got back to Rome, and then they would parade him through the city.
I like all of that.
Yeah, and then execute him, or have the gladiators execute him in the Colosseum.
So let me ask you this: is there fun parties going on? Do you have like wine and?
Well, I mean, it's like
feasts
it's the mob in Rome, right? So it's you're at the Colosseum and there's a lot of bread and fucking
you're
wine
tailgating
and stuff. There's titties out.
Yeah, tailgating before a sweet murder. That would be great. I'm all in for that. I'm down to bring it back.
Yeah, I think so. Like, let's just say we invaded North Korea, for example, and we bring Kim Jong-un back and just make him hang out with Seth Rogen for 6 days.
Oof. How much weed is involved?
None.
Oh, even worse.
It's a sober Seth Rogen.
No, wouldn't want that.
And Kim Jong-un.
Gross.
We don't have to watch it. This is mostly to punish Kim, because nobody wants to hang out with Seth Rogen.
Not anymore. Not if he's sober.
Not at all.
Yeah, not at all.
He's completely unfunny now.
No. That happens. It happens when you go woke like that. Black Buffalo is our next sponsor here at blackbuffalo.com. That is promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout for 20% off your first order there at the old Black Buffalo. If you're 21 years or older and you dip or chew tobacco, pouches are long cut. No judgment here. What you like, you have to try the tobacco alternative Black Buffalo, 3-time Best New Products Award winner by third-party publications. Black Buffalo is everything you love about dipping, including the pharmaceutical-grade nicotine, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. It's dip literally made from edible green leaves and food-grade ingredients with the same flavors and texture as traditional tobacco products. No compromise. Black Buffalo sells products on their website at blackbuffalo.com and is available in both long cut and pouches. They produce a variety of flavors like wintergreen, mint, straight, peach, and even blood orange. Now, is the straight one, is that George Strait, or is that just your sexuality?
I think straight is just the normal tobacco flavor.
Okay. All right. Because it would be nice if it was a nice George Strait one. They were born in the Midwest, raised in the South. Black Buffalo proudly manufactures their products here in the good old U.S. of A. for U.S. consumers. We're proud supporters of the U.S. military, veterans, and first responders. And you're going to use that promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout for 20% off your first order at blackbuffalo.com. Huge fan of these guys. Every time we have them, people steal them. Every single time they come in the studio and then they steal the Black Buffalo and it's gone. Or otherwise, I just show you the goddamn can because it's beautiful. Next up, we got the woke Hippocratic Oath. Columbia University received backlash online after a resurfaced video showed medical students reciting a revised version of the Hippocratic Oath that included tenets of the critical race theory. Love that. Love a little CRT to start my day. The video posted by nonprofits,
Myth Informed.
Myth Informed? I'd work on a better name than that.
Yeah,
I'd workshop something else. Milwaukee shows the it's not Vagilos, is it? If you go to Vagilos College, would you even admit that and tell your friends and family?
It looks like it's
Vag. It's Vag. It's Vagelos. Bob, what say you, pronunciation-wise? You got Vagilos College on that or no?
I read it earlier and just like skipped over it because I was like, what the fuck is this?
Is there a college mascot, the Tulips?
I'm gonna go
Nailed
with
it.
I'm gonna go with
camel toe.
Vagelis.
The camel toes?
Yeah.
And everybody kind of toes down, dude. Toe down.
Toe down.
Toe down, bro. Go to Vagilos College and toe down. The video. I just think of the T-shirts. Like, would the fucking mascot just be the giant camel toe walking around like a camel toe head? I'd be a fan of it. I would go to Vagilos after that for
I think
some
it's
form
a
of grad degree.
I think it's a camel standing on its hind legs drinking, but it's wearing a thong and there's a camel toe on its puss. Probably is the way you do that.
Oh, fuck, man. So during this Vagilos College of Physicians and Surgeons class of 2025, during a white coat ceremony reciting an oath led by Lisa Melman, MD, who's a senior associate dean of student affairs, and the Samuel Rudin professor of psychiatry, according to a news release by Columbia University Irving Medical Center website. The August 2021 ceremony was the first time in the medical school's 255-year history that the incoming medical students recited their own personalized class oath, a spin on the Hippocratic Oath to, quote, better reflect the values students wish to uphold as they enter medical training.
Uphold these fucking nuts.
Yeah, the new Hippocratic Oath reciting was also published by Columbia University YouTube channel and included the pledge in full. We enter the profession of medicine with appreciation for the opportunity to build on the scientific and humanistic achievements of the past. We also recognize the acts and systems of oppression affected in the name of medicine. We take this oath of service to begin building a future grounded in truth, restoration, and equity to fulfill medicine's capacity to liberate.
Medicine's capacity to liberate. What does that
fuck
mean?
does any of this mean?
We
also recognize the acts of the systems of oppression.
I don't know what the oppression stuff, but actually that's a like objectively true statement that medicine liberates.
In what
What,
way?
and yeah, what does it liberate exactly?
I mean, think about all the diseases that have been. You don't have to deal with fucking polio and shit. There's fewer people that are like crippled and stuff
Sure,
like that.
yeah.
I
Bob,
mean, like, it is
but what's a
liberating
cool
thing.
one that's
But
been solved? in a
liberate's
while?
not really the right word for that.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean,
don't
it's
know.
certainly medicine. Definitely, I'm not saying that we should.
Heals.
Right.
Medicine.
It heals. It
Yeah.
certainly
now,
heals.
do I think that they're using it in the way that I'm thinking is appropriate to use it? No.
Liberate to me sounds like somebody who tore her bra off at the Million Woman March and had a pussy hat on.
I mean, you're just freer to do things.
Yeah, you're
with
liberating-
better, but like even just antibiotics alone, you're freer to hurt yourself, cut yourself, right? Get roughed up because
Yeah.
a random cut's not going to put you in the fucking ground.
I don't know that I agree with that though, because antibiotics have fucked up our gut health, which have in turn fucked up our serotonin levels, which have in turn fucked up our mental health.
Ask Fetterman. Fetterman's in a hospital for it right now, Bob.
I would rather deal
Clinical
with
depression.
depression than bacteria murdering me because
me.
I think depression's worse.
I've had both.
Yeah.
Depression's way worse.
What was the other thing you had? The depression, I know. What was the other thing you had?
Oh, like MRSA and shit. When you're deployed, you're all fucked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't get it that bad though.
What's MRSA?
It's just like a fucking
MRSA,
bacterial
it's the worst
infection.
kind of staph you can get.
Yeah, it's
Also,
a
there's
staph.
like an
kills you.
incredibly rare disease that's caused by antibiotics called Stevens-Johnson syndrome, which is essentially just grayscale from Game of Thrones.
Oh, dope.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah,
But
but
it,
we're
like,
all
kills
not
Sounds fun.
dying from strep throat.
Yeah, I'm saying don't take the antibiotics.
Yeah, don't take them. Don't take them, dude. You're going to die. Georgia, you're going to die.
I would only take them in a very extreme situation.
Yeah.
I take
this
them
point.
regularly. I take
Just
daily
take
antibiotics.
probiotics
Yeah, just take pro,
and pre.
no post.
Every time we think we're smart,
Or
and
amateur biotics.
we've tricked nature and put one over on nature, we get fucked up. So I'm going to set that one out. But this is all
We've
about
literally terraformed this entire planet.
this is all about manufacturing consent right here. The other day when I was talking about how do you in a free society oppress people, you have collaborators. That's how you do it. And when you control finance, when you can reach into somebody's bank account without them knowing and take their money, you can withhold medical treatment for them because they don't fit the DEI structure that you live in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what it's all about.
And this gets worse, by the way. So the oath also instructs students to contribute to the field of medicine through ethical study and equitable evidence-based care, fine, as well as address systematic issues in the institutions. Look, that's where I disagree with this whole shit. Big pharma and all that other bullshit. Like, you're cool prescribing it and talking about it and pushing it on everybody else. Like, what's systematic about it? I mean, I guess certain people can't afford certain shit, but
Well, I thought Obamacare meant that everybody has health
yes,
insurance.
that's exactly what I was going to say. So, like, what are we stopping there or not? I don't really get it. And then it also goes on to say, I promise to self-reflect diligently, to confront unconscious prejudices, and to develop the skills, knowledge, and character necessary to engender an inclusive, equitable field of medicine. What the fuck?
I don't know. That's all really gay.
All of it.
Yeah. It's like, you can feel, I guess, regret that your ancestors didn't fight harder. That's on you.
Yeah.
If you want to sit there and waste time doing that and fucking believe that the world owes you because of that, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about you or your fucking problems.
I
To be honest, like if you're not actively doing something to help yourself, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude.
This is not, and the idea that we're leveraging medicine in a way to
Medicine and science.
to like repair things that were done by a small group of assholes is fucking stupid.
It is. And those should be nonpartisan things, or like what the fuck do we? It's medicine and science, bro. Like I don't. Oh, we're fucked. I mean, we're just fucked as a country. Next up, Lion Biden. This is the story that Dan was alluding to earlier. White House Press Secretary Jean-Luc Picard defended President Biden's economic policies despite a recent report showing a raise in the old consumer price index, aka the CPI, and a drop in household income. Now, a reporter asked Jean-Luc how the White House views the latest CPI numbers, showing monthly as well as an annual decline in real wages. And here was her statement. We believe that the president's economic plan is indeed working and it's giving people a little breathing room. She noted that real wages are up over the last 7 months, arguing that the wider trend that was more useful was 1 month's data, and real weekly earnings are up over the last month. As the president said earlier today, his unwavering focus is on continuing to lower costs for families, and that's going to be our focus. We're going to continue to do that. That's why the Inflation Reduction Act is so critical. It is so important, and we're going to continue to fight for the American people and meet them where they are. Okay, the Inflation Reduction Act has nothing to do with inflation. There's not one thing in that bill that has anything to do with fighting inflation. And let's say that it did. Let's all put on our fucking Barney outfits and waddle around and pretend like we're cartoon characters today. And let's say that the Inflation Reduction Act was about curbing inflation and that it was working. It's not.
Yeah.
The numbers came out yesterday. We're up 0.7% in inflation this month. So now what? We spent $2 trillion on this fucking bullshit act, which is the Green New Deal, and now it's not working, and you got to sit up there and lie to everybody about why. No, we're able to see the numbers. They're real. And then the market goes to shit.
Yeah, so the CPI report from this week shows that inflationary pressure is going to persist deeper into this year for sure. Into the summer, if not into the fall at a minimum. Rising costs also keep pressure on the Fed to raise rates. We'll see if they raise them again.
Yeah, and I'm looking at because I'm looking at the market right now. So you're down another 200 today, and then they're also saying that there's going to be another fuel hike for gas.
I don't know. Definitely
Rates.
for natural gas. I don't know if you've had do you have natural gas at your house?
Yeah. So we get propane, and then but they're talking about at the pumps too here.
Yeah, but that's not that much. So my gas bill was $900.
Holy
my
fucking
propane, but
shit!
Just to heat, you'll get yours in the next couple of days.
Mine
probably.
was what's your square footage?
I don't know, 4,000 or something.
What?
4 something? I don't know.
Yeah, mine was over 300. It was maybe the biggest gas bill I've ever had.
$300
Yeah.
for propane gas.
No, for like heating my house. It's
Yeah,
natural
but
gas.
you're-
Is it
oh, okay.
propane? I don't.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, it's propane. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. $300
Which is the biggest gas bill I've ever had anywhere.
ever. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we just had a big one too, but we had a pool and shit. So, fuck, man.
You just got a fireplace, you know.
That's right. God damn, I forgot about that. That's propane too. Shit. Well, we're all fucked. But in the meantime, on a monthly basis, consumer prices increase 0.5% from December to January, much higher than the 0.1 rise from November to December. More expensive gas, food, and clothing drove up last month's figure.
Yeah, I don't
Now-
understand how they're framing this. I mean, the CPI is up 6.4% over year, which is it was 6.5 in December, so I guess it's like 0.1, not as bad. It's like your house is on fire, but you know, it's starting to cool off. I guess I don't understand the fucking
Okay, we
what they're
got-
saying here.
Look, like that bedroom's not on fire anymore.
Yeah,
We got that
True.
part.
That's
it's like
true.
this is the 7th straight year-over-year slowdown.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It's
Where do you go from here, I guess? Because you can, first of all, I hate this woman more than life itself. Like, I mean, for real. She's the worst at her job. I mean, just the absolute worst at it. And you just see her eyes rolling around the whole goddamn time when she's speaking. She's like, she's so lost up there. I understand it's a tough fucking job. I really do. Like, and again, we'll shout out the ones like even Jen Psaki. I'll go both parties on this one, all right? She was able to lie convincingly and just look you in the face and give you a lie that was really intelligent. And you were like, oh, all right, well, yeah, it's your job. I know you were lying. I at least want to be lied to correctly. McElhaney was good at it. Sarah Sanders Huckabee was pretty good at it, just lying to you and all this other shit. She's terrible at these lies. Has there ever been a press secretary who just said, hey, dude, we're trying our best and shit's fucked up?
maybe in Idiocracy.
Okay.
I don't remember who the press secretary was for Dwayne Elizondo, Mountain Dew, Taco Bell Camacho Jr. But I do recall them when he gave his State of the Union. He goes, "I know shit's fucked up right now." So
Yeah.
at least the president was honest about what was happening.
Yeah, of course. But right now, these inflation marks, because now what does the Fed do? Do they hike the rates?
They're gonna have to, yeah.
Because they just hiked, what, 0.2 to, what, a quarter of points last time. How much higher do you go? And what's the highest we've ever had? 10?
I don't know. I think it was like 18 and a half or something like that.
Fuck.
It's something stupid.
We're heading there. I mean, you can't avoid this shit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Look, all of society's going to collapse soon, so
You think so?
Yeah.
What's your over-under here?
I'm hoping for less than 3 years.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, because you'll still be in prime age right
Yeah.
there to do some damage.
And I've just about had it, so
yeah.
I think I can last another 3.
3 years is what you're good for? All right. I understand it. If you're out there, society does collapse. Keep warm. Go to the drinkinbros.com store and get some fucking flannels, dog. Get some hoodies. Get all the things over there, dude. I think we're going to put these hats in the store soon, right? These Hard AF hats. These are fucking great, dude. These are very comfortable. But yeah, we get all the things in the store. And I think most of the winter gear is on sale right now, which it shouldn't be because it was about 40 this morning when we woke up. And we've also got some Daytona 500 shirts in there. We got the Drinkin' Bros Daytona 500 shirts. I got mine in my bag, getting ready for the big fucking dance this weekend. We'll be at the Daytona 500, and you can celebrate by getting your very own shirt. We got long sleeve, we got short sleeve, we got all of them. I'll be wearing the short sleeve. It's supposed to be warm down there this weekend, except for Saturday. So I got the short sleeve rocking, dude. Can't wait to hit the track, but it's stocked up full of everything. Don't sleep on the glassware. The glassware is fucking dope in our shop. And the best part about it is all the profits go to us and pay for all this fucking shit. We can keep coming at you every day until they shut us all down. Sup?
So Biden just gave a press conference saying that the government believes that the balloons are tied to private companies, recreation, or research institutions studying weather.
So I was kind of right. Because I had heard earlier he was going to have to give a presser about the UFOs, but so what he's saying is these are private companies that are doing it?
That's what he said, yeah.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you just be able to pick it up and see who it was on the fucking bottom of it?
Yeah, you'd think so.
One would think. Do you buy that statement?
I guess. I mean, what else would it fucking be?
I don't know.
I don't know why anybody would use. China allegedly has like a whole fucking
Fleet.
Fleet of balloons.
Balloons. Why though? Like
I don't know.
we have so much technology. It would actually make me think less of China, and more and less about Asian people, because I always assume they're smarter than us.
Yeah.
And they have better technology than us.
I mean,
maybe it's just not true. Maybe the iPhone really is a piece of shit, like I keep saying over and over and over again. You know? So who knows? But I would have thought more of them. You know?
I don't recommend thinking highly of anybody.
I do.
It's always a mistake.
Man. I just got hammered academically by Asians growing up.
Don't meet your heroes.
Nothing I can do.
I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Next up, we got the real life terminal happening. Homeless encampments have sprung up inside crime-riddled Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. I actually like O'Hare, and that sucks. Terminal, leaving some concern for their safety as images of people sleeping in filthy makeshift shelters have emerged. Bob, do you have any pictures of that?
There's a lot.
Is there really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen this. That's why I asked him to bring it up. One would think with the security at airports, I mean, shit, we're going to the airport here in like an hour. It'd be pretty goddamn dangerous.
There isn't security until security, right?
Oh. So you don't think that is this fucking outside the airport?
Yeah.
No way.
It gets way worse.
You're fucking joking me. Holy shit.
Right
Homeboy
outside
looks like he's dead there. Pop that pic up, Bob. Not that one, the one before. The guy lying face down, that guy's dead.
Maybe it's just he's facing Mecca and it's that time of day.
Holy fucking shit, dude. It would be warmer right inside the doors, though. Like, I understand doing it. Is that inside the terminal he's sleeping?
And then somebody on the tram.
Inside the airport?
Well,
Usually you've got to get through security to get on the fucking tram, right?
At O'Hare, the tram goes back into the city.
No way, dude. And look at that guy. That guy's dead. That guy's definitely dead, right? That shirtless dude?
He's just stretching out.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
No, he looks stretched. If you actually look closely, his hands are going into his pants.
Is that real?
He looks like he smells really nice.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a huge boner there. What the fuck, bro? And they're not doing anything about this?
I mean, they're taking pictures apparently.
So many photos. I'm surprised at how many photos are. The video show's available on YouTube right now. If you want to see all these, there's just so many pictures. One would think you'd call the police and be like, "Hey, dude, I'm late for my flight to Fresno, and I've got to step over this elderly man who appears to be jacking off with both of his hands."
Yeah, but
Can you remove that body or no?
Police are not arresting homeless people in Chicago.
Well, no shit. But at least at the airport, you would think it's a security risk, right?
It's definitely trespassing.
Yeah. And usually, God damn it, because I remember a buddy of mine got in a fight in an airport once, and it was federal, I think, right? Isn't anything inside of an airport federal?
It depends on what it is and where it happens inside of there. I mean, technically, the airport is owned by the city. But once you pass security, it's federal.
All right. O'Hare's growing problem is just a snapshot of a citywide homelessness crisis bubbling over on the surface here of a city decaying from soaring crime rates. Look, we knew, and it sucks, man, because I love Chicago, and I hate to see this shit, to be honest with you. But it seems like every Democratic-run cities this is now happening in. Do people just not give a shit, or because we're not voting for it? People aren't voting these guys out of office. Like Beetlejuice, didn't she win again?
I don't know about her.
Or was she up? Is she up in the next go round?
Yeah, she may be up soon. I don't know. I'd have to look. But
how are you not voting out all these assholes in here who are fine with this shit? Like, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Here's a really nice airport.
So it's not just like voting stuff. It's how the voting is happening in the campaigns and shit. George Soros has spent more money on district attorneys and judges than any other thing in America. Mm-hmm. And in every place where they've been highly successful, this is what you see, is police not arresting people and district attorneys not charging people.
So what's the end game for a guy like Soros? Is just to create chaos?
Yeah.
It is. And just because he's like, fuck America?
I don't know what I'm not a mind reader, but yeah, that's definitely part of it.
Well, I look at this shit and I try to understand why. And so when you look at why somebody's spending so much money to influence shit in a more horrific way for society, what it's either one to be the richest and rule over everybody, or it's to prove a point that, hey, dude, your country's just like mine, and fuck you guys, it'll all end up like this anyways.
Well, he's an American citizen.
I thought he was from Turkey.
George Soros is Greek, but he's a naturalized citizen.
Okay, so does he live here?
Yeah.
Where at?
Your mom's house.
Probably. Mom, if Soros is in my room, could you get him out of there, please? All right.
He is from.
Mom, I know my mom's probably watching today.
He's Hungarian, but yeah, he's a naturalized citizen.
All right, Mom, if you're watching today, can you get Soros out of my room? Just get him out of my bedroom
I don't know why.
and put all my trophies back up. I want a lot.
I don't know why he does this stuff, but he's been manipulating governments for years, for like 40 years. I don't know. Honestly, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It doesn't, but there's got to be something inside of you that you're willing to do this for. Like for you, for example. You've always said, hey, dude, if I get fucking super rich, I'm just going to troll people for the rest of my life just because I think it's funny. I understand why you're going to do that. And that makes total sense to me. This does not, especially if you're a naturalized citizen and you want your own country to become a shithole. What's the gain in that?
Well, he became a naturalized citizen for campaign finance rules, not because he gives a shit about America, obviously.
Right. But if you're, so let's say you were going to.
They're trying to establish a global order, a single government for the entire globe. That's what they want to do because they think that some catastrophe is going to, it's like a cult. They think some crazy catastrophe is going to happen at some point, and the only way we're going to be able to survive it, this is the best read, like the most charitable read of this position. And they think that, to be able to survive a global catastrophe like that, there has to be somebody in charge or some small group of people in charge of everyone globally. And the only way to do that is to fuck up any country that's powerful. Right?
Okay.
So China's next.
Oh, you think they're going to do this to China after this?
Unless they're planning on using China as the seat of power, which is possible, then yes. Because it's the only other country that could stand up to shit like this.
But what's the weather like there in China? And I know that sounds like an odd question, but I'm being totally serious.
I have no idea. I would never go to China.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck are you going to do in China?
I don't know. But if you're looking at it from a standpoint of land, weather, and everything else, one would think that America would be the last one you kind of want to fuck up.
No, I think they're more concerned with being centralized and making it a defensible area, which America would be a good place to.
America or China, because China, you're right on the sea, right?
But being right on the sea means we can cruise right up to your fucking border pretty easily. Although they could do the same to us, but there's 3,000 miles of standoff in both directions from the United States, so it's always been kind of prime real estate.
Yeah, I didn't know any of this was going on. I didn't know about the O'Hare story. If you would have shown me those pictures, I would have said you were lying. This was fake. So this is really going down. Look, if you're in Chicago and you're going to O'Hare, slide some cans of Hard AF. We've been doing that bum advertising. It's been really, really strong. So strong, in fact, that an ad agency that we used to work with said that we were horrible people. What did they say to us?
Who are you talking about?
Remember that email we got when they were like, "We saw your social media. You guys were advertising with bums," and I was like, "It's our own product, bro."
I don't know.
Seltzer.
Who said that to us?
It was. I'd have to go through. I'm not a big litigious guy ever because nobody ever wins, but that would be one that I would go back in because even our lawyer was just like, "Hey, dude, if you wanted to set the world on fire for this, because you'd be blacklisted everywhere, every agency there is." He goes, "This email is the one to do it." Because that they had referenced that in there of that bum campaign we did. But
it was an advertiser.
Yes.
So it was a 23-year-old fucking white girl.
I think it was. There was 3 people on this board. One was like a fat gay dude. One was like a 23-year-old white girl, and then I forget who the other one was. Like a 30-something lesbian. Like they had to have everything of all the peoples represented for this. And then they dug through all of our social media, which is hilarious.
You don't need to dig through my social media. The Pentagon will send you everything.
And transcribed right after the episode is over. Next up is Israel, our ally, a team of Israeli contractors who claim to have manipulated more than 30 elections around the world using hacking, sabotage, and automated disinformation on social media has been exposed in a new investigation. The unit is run by Tal Hannon. That's a fun name.
Hanan.
Whatever, dude. Tal Hannon sounds stronger. Don't you dare correct my Israeli. I've always had proper pronunciation with my Israelis. 50-year-old former Israeli Special Forces operative who now works privately using the pseudonym Jorge. Jorge's his pseudonym? That's the one he wanted to go with?
He looks like a Jorge.
I haven't seen him. Do you have a pic of him?
Yeah, there's one in the article.
Pop up Tal Hanan and then bring him up. Let's see this pic of Jorge. And he appears to have been working under the radar in elections in various countries for more than 2 decades. He's being unmasked now by international consortium of journalists, Hanan and his units, which uses the code name Team Jorge. Come on, this isn't real. Team Jorge, is that him right there? What's with the weird pic? What's with the weird pic of Team Jorge? All right, he looks like a normal. He looks kind of weird. All right, yeah, he's weird. That's a weird pic of him. Team Jorge has been out in the streets. They've been exposed by undercover footage and documents leaked to The Guardian. Hanan did not respond to detailed questions about Team Jorge's activities and methods, but he says, I deny any wrongdoing.
I believe him.
Same here. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Just that one statement. I think we're good. Anytime you say that, I think you're pretty much good, right?
I think so, yeah.
Don't deny any wrongdoing. I think we're fine. The investigation reveals extraordinary details about how disinformation is being weaponized by Team Jorge. We gotta stop saying that. Which runs a private service offering to covertly meddle in elections without a trace. The group also works for corporate clients.
I would imagine the corporate client stuff is either on the PAC or lobbying side or internal for hostile board takeovers and shit like that. Yeah.
So, look, if you're asking whether or not I believe any of this stuff regarding Team Jorge, the answer is yes, actually, for me. Even though this whole code name is ridiculous. It's like Team Friendship from Puss in Boots, for Christ's sakes. Team Jorge. Here, I always thought if you were going to rig an election anywhere, not just America or anywhere else, you would use a team like this. And all you really had to do was kind of pick off certain, not only swing states, but cities. If you can just break it down a city. So, like, let's take my hometown, for example, of Fulton County. Fulton County, Georgia, is where most of these elections are being won in the state of Georgia for these fucking people. And if you could just take one county like that, yeah, you could swing an election. Go to Arizona. You go to Maricopa County. If you can get Maricopa and you could fuck with it just enough, you'll win by like 20,000, 30,000 votes and you're good.
That's what Cambridge Analytica did. The digital advertising service, Cambridge Analytica, that helped Trump get elected. That was their strategy, was to find they ranked all of the counties in America by how likely it is they could win them. Mm-hmm. And then they focused on the ones in swing states and made sure that anything that was close to 50-50, they put resources in so they would win there. That's their big fucking thing.
And by resources, what do you mean exactly?
Money, ads, radio.
Okay.
Like
but most of that is on the up and up, right?
It's all technically on the up and up, yeah.
Even now with Team Jorge, is that on the up and up, or is this something more nefarious?
No, they're using click farms and shit like that to spread disinfo on the online.
Oh, well, that I know about.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, interestingly enough, one of their clients is Cambridge Analytica.
You don't say. Mm-hmm. Good for them.
So it begs the question. I mean, this guy's a former Israeli Special Forces operator, and I can tell you this that I know to be true without any reservation. Mm-hmm. He's not out there operating without their consent.
Right.
Or they would just kill him.
Yeah.
Like they won't allow that shit. So he's out here on, if not on behalf of the Israeli government, certainly with their blessing, fucking with elections all over the place. Now, look, the U.S. does this stuff all the time.
Sure.
But, you know, we talk a lot about Israel, and they're our best ally in the Middle East, which is nonsense. Jordan is our best ally in the Middle East, but hard to believe that. It's hard to believe that Israel's on our side when they're meddling in our fucking elections.
Well, I actually, it's not hard. It's not hard for me. I think with Israel, they want whatever's best for Israel. So, for them, look, let's face it. Trump was probably the biggest ally for Israel. I mean, he went and cut all those peace deals for them on behalf of them and got in those connections and all that other shit. So, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Now, what does surprise me is they didn't fucking swing it the other way in the last election then for 2020. You fucked up there.
Maybe
But
Jorge was on vacation.
maybe
man.
Team Jorge was in Cancun, just living it up, dude. He was down at Carlos and Charlie's doing shots of tequila, and then after the shot, he was getting banged on the forehead with a rubber hammer. It makes a little squeaky noise. Maybe that's where Team Jorge was. I'm not really sure.
They also have those gasolina pouches down there.
Big fan.
I don't know what's in there, but it gets you fucked up.
Yeah.
I think it's actually gasoline and fruit punch.
Georgia, what's the song Gasolina and who sings it? I know you know, damn it. You've played it a million times at parties all over the nation, out in the woods.
Daddy Yankee.
There you go. There you go. Father Yankee is what I like to call him.
Faja.
Yeah. Oh, Padre Yankee? Yeah.
Faja Yanka.
Yeah. Yanka. Next up, Washington state sex offenders. Just wanted to say that out loud and get a nice pronunciation on it. Washington state residents are outraged at state leaders for releasing some of the highest level sex offenders into the community, shining a light on how the effort has become a cash cow for those involved. Tenino residents Glenn Morgan and Uniclaw, not familiar with old Uniclaw or Unimclaw up there in Washington. But the resident's name is Kathy. Just old Kath out there. Kathy Dalquist. She joined Fox and Friends first Wednesday to discuss their public safety concerns surrounding the measure amid growing angst over kids' safety. She says clearly this has been promoted by Washington State Governor Jay Inslee and Attorney General Bob Ferguson, as well as the Democratic senators that sponsored the bill. Originally, it was mostly a Democrat bill. These locations have become cash cows. The state is paying as much as $35,000 a month for private people to pay basically in their companies, set up these violent sex predators, and they're paying them so much money that they're willing to do almost anything to put them in these homes, regardless of how much it puts neighbors and kids in the neighborhood at risk.
Just to be clear what's happening
Yeah, I was
here.
going to say.
It is a program to reintegrate sex offenders back into the community, and they're putting them in. They're spending a fuckload of money to put them in neighborhoods with like kids and shit.
But the government will have to pay them for the rent of the housing, right? Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so the landlords are doing it because they're getting paid fucking probably 3 times more than what they should be.
Right.
And the government is doing it because question marks. I don't know why you would release a bunch of fucking predators into like fucking rural neighborhoods with children.
I don't know.
That's very bizarre to me. It's like, the lion just has a bad rap. So we're going to release one into your fucking middle school. And just, if you don't,
I here's what I can't figure out. It's all the states on the West Coast. So like this is Washington State. We covered a story, 3 months ago, about California doing the same thing. And I don't really understand why that's not the highest possible thing on the list.
So this initiative
of child sex offender, I don't get that. I kill all of them.
Yeah.
I don't care about their housing, their needs, I don't care about anything.
Yeah, or reintegrating them into society.
They shouldn't even be in society.
Put them in a fucking meat grinder.
Yes.
And reintegrate them into our dinner.
Just put it right into the fucking food.
The initiative moved level 3 convicted sex offenders, which includes pedophiles, into group homes. So they bought or they're basically contracting group homes, like a halfway house, but for pedophiles in just regular ass neighborhoods.
Okay.
Where kids are cruising around.
Great. great.
I don't know, man. That seems weird to me. That it's like I understand that Hollywood and the left have been trying to normalize pedophilia before this fucking Epstein list comes out, but it ain't working.
No. And why is this so low on the totem pole of things we care about?
I have no idea.
I don't either. Because this fucks up a person's life. And let's say you got molested as a child and everything else. Not only are you living with that and everything else, and then mentally how crippling that is the rest of your life, but it's also going to give you a shot at a normal life, which would cause you to do fucked up shit, like shoot up a campus or whatever later on in life. If you started as a kid that early, like, God damn it, man. Oh, that is dark. It's a good way to end the show, though, being just dark as shit, I guess. You can submit your Drinkin' Bro of the week to drinkinbros.com. Talked about the store earlier. The store is connected. The submissions go right to our inbox. There was a dude the other day. I read the screenshot. I was like, it's not working. It's working fine. We've never had one issue with that. So just go to drinkinbros.com. Click on the submission form. It gets emailed to us live on air. We read these live. I don't know if they've lived or died, so I apologize. But they do come in and we read them live. Go to drinkinbros.com to submit Drinkin' Bro of the week. This right now we got 2 that just came in, so boom, we'll read these right now. 2 Drinkin' Bros of the week on here. Anthony Stone from Ohio, who's been a listener for 4 years, is nominating East Palestine. There we go. Thank you, Anthony. It's been a long week for Daddy. Palestine Environmental Emergency Crew. He says the reason for the nomination is I am on site at the East Palestine train derailments as part of the crew. The men and women here are from all over the country, away from their families, busting their asses and rocking mustaches. There we go. 24/7 to contain the product from spreading. It would be a huge boost to morale if you could give us a shout out. Absolutely, dude. Sorry I fucked up Palestine. It's been a long week. Not as long as the week you guys are having, though. I bet, dude. Cheers to you guys. I don't know why nobody's out there. Pete should be out there. Little Peter Buttigieg should be out there with a hard hat on next to you guys, helping you out, or at least taking some pics and pointing at stuff, rolling up the sleeves. But he's not, so fuck him. Instead, we'll cheers you guys and shout out to everybody, who's coming in from all over the country to help out over there. What a goddamn mess, dude. What a fucking mess. And what a piece of shit he is. Fuck him. Cheers to you guys. Thanks, Anthony, for submitting that. Next up, this is, again, these come in live, so we're just reading them. I like this. He put a pronunciation next to it so I wouldn't fuck it up. I like that a lot. He gave me a little pronunciation. This is Cody Broren. I like that. Broren. That's a firm name. From Wisconsin. He's been a member of Drinkin' Bros for so goddamn long, he says, that he can't even remember. I like that, too. He's going to start off strong here. He says he's nominating Justin Stumpf, and the reason for his nomination is to tell Justin he's an asshole live on air. Why? Because fuck him. That's why.
Sounds
All right, Cody. You got me today, Cody. I love it. I'm proud of you, Cody. That's awesome. Look, you can write whatever you want. We'll read it. I will literally read anything on this prompter. We'll go back to Anchorman since we started there today. We're heading out to the Daytona 500, kids. We'll be there this weekend, and the show goes on. We don't miss. Rain or shine, we're here every time. That just rhymed.
3 times.
Wow, what the fuck, dude? I'm on fire. I'm on fire. So yeah, we'll be here and all that stuff, and we'll be cheering on Travis, dude. That'd be crazy if you want. What the fuck, dude? That would be the end of the sim world. Mm-hmm. Travis Pastrana wins the Daytona 500, and then boom, that's it. We're all nuked out. Shout out to Sugarlands and those guys for bringing us out there, working on some deals while we're out there, and hopefully we'll have some big news for you here coming up in the next couple weeks, kids. We appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully you're having some hard AF seltzers this weekend, watching the Daytona 500, NBA All-Star activities, and all that other fun stuff. And then golf is on. Who do we got on that leaderboard?
I mean, who do you think's winning right now?
I don't know.
John Rahm.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
6 under.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a tough course.
First day?
Yeah. Tiger birdied 1, though.
Did he start?
He just started.
Okay, great. Who's in second? Any of my guys up there?
Max is there. Yeah.
Homa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's Higgy Homa at, dude?
I think he was a 4 or 5.
Ooh, let's go. Max Homa. Let's go. That you can bet with us on Drinkin' Bros.
Shit. No, Max just took the lead.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude. I rule. If I hit 3 in a row, that'd be crazy, dude.
7 under.
Here we go. Let's go. Don't let me get hot. This is going to be my 3rd week in a row if I win. He'd have to go wire to wire, though. That'd be tough. A little difficult these days with how deep the competition is. Go to iTunes, rate the show 5-star, and leave a quick review. I want to stop saying this. I really do. We just have to get to 10,000 reviews. We're at 6,500. Just get us over 10,000 and I'll stop forever. I'll never say it again. Spotify is just a 5-star and you can walk the fuck away at that. I think we're at 6,000 reviews there. Again, get it past 10. And I don't fucking care anymore after that. I don't really care now, to be honest with you. The advertisers do, and then that's kind of it. So I'm sorry. That's it. Just go and fucking rate the show. Review it. We love you. We appreciate you tuning in day after day. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night,